Shalom, call halal, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Mekal Kodash. Double honor to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. And shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word in truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. And shalom and salutations to all the Akwak listening and learning, being a pillar of rest. All right, so I'm the brother Yahshua. I'm back with the WW3 Daily Update. Shalom and salutations to you. We're going to start right here. Ezekiel 38 again, and we'll start at 5. Ezekiel 38 and 5. Persia, Iran, Ethiopia, and Libya with them. With who? With the land of Magog, the Russians. Okay? Right? All of them with shield and helmet. Okay? Who? Iran, Ethiopia, Libya, with who? With the Russians, Turkey and all his bands, and Syria. And who else? And many people with thee. We went over this yesterday. Okay? We went in, this many people with thee goes into Niger right now. Niger, whatever you want to call it, or whoever, right, joins up on the side of the Russians. Many people with thee. China, right? North Korea, right? Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou, and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. All right? Who is assembled unto who? Russia. Who? Ethiopia. All right. Let's see. Quickly, let me see, what is this? Quickly, let's type this in. Niger flies Russian flags. All right, what is this? Niger flies Russian flags. 22 hours ago, chaos spreading in Africa as Russian flags seen flying in Niger. Wagner Group suspected. What's going on here? Pre-coup, 4 days ago. Pre-coup demonstrators in Niger attacked French embassy, wave Russian flags. Okay. Why are Russian flags? Look at this guy, combat veteran. I use his videos in this update sometimes. Why are Russian flags flying in Niger? Huh. Could it be because that Russia is about to be a guard unto them? How about Ethiopia by name? What's going on in Ethiopia by name? Well, let's ask the voice of reason, Military and Foreign Affairs Network, 23 hours ago. This guy for years now has been reporting on battlefield Ethiopia. Huh? What's going on in Ethiopia? Well, you can surmise that whatever is going on, Ethiopia has Russia. Okay? As what? As a guard unto them. Says it right here. Iran, Ethiopia, Libya, right? Says, be thou, who is thou? Russia, be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself. Russia, get yourself ready. Thou, you, and all the company that are assembled unto you. Who's that? Ethiopia. and be a guard unto them. Be a guard unto who? Ethiopia. Who is be thou? Russia. Russia be a guard unto who? Ethiopia, Iran, Libya, and many people with thee. But by name, what's going on in Ethiopia? Well, let's let the voice of reason speak. Take it away.
Good day, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I am your host, the voice of reason. Today, we are continuing our ongoing coverage of the civil war taking place inside the former state of Ethiopia.
Is there not a civil war going on in Sudan right now? You bet.
The former state of Ethiopia. It's been a while since we have covered what is happening in the former state of Ethiopia, and things are not getting better. Obviously, we observed a devastating civil conflict take place between Tigray and Abiy loyalist forces. We continue to see Oromo Liberation Army forces continue to rebel against the Abiy loyalist government.
Let's see if he mentions Russia at all.
And now finally, in the Amhara region, at once a bulwark of support for the Abiy Ahmed dictatorship, is now rebelling against that very man in charge, Abiy Ahmed. So the paramilitary groups known as FANO, located in the Amhara region, that supported the Abiy loyalist forces in its efforts to go to war against the Tigray region. The Amharans, the FANO units, have also been deployed against the Oromo Liberation Army. But now we're seeing a different dynamic. We are starting to see Abiy loyalist forces, Abiy Ahmed, sending his Oromia-dominated forces into the Amhara region in order to engage and fight Amharans, specifically the FANO organization, the paramilitary group that is one of the main security apparatuses inside of the Amhara region, and again was used by the government of Abiy Ahmed. And now today we are learning that the forces of FANO are in the process of surrounding the major city of Bahir Dar. If we go into the actual, I'm not going to do that, but again, this had a very large air base just to the west of the city, and was used in the ongoing war effort, or in the previous war efforts, against the Tigrayan Defense Forces.
Okay, so quickly, before we finish this, probably let it finish, it's only 5 minutes. Let's quickly see if we can glean some information by running a search, and we're going to type in what faction of government does Russia support in Ethiopia? Today. See if we can find out. This 2021. Alliance of Ethiopia faction put government at risk. Vladimir Putin talks with Prime Minister, what is this, 23. This is the other day. See how current this is? Abiy. Okay, see, here's our answer right here. Okay, he's talking about this Abiy Ahmed right now. Okay, so now we'll go back and with little understanding. Okay, Vladimir Putin held talks with Prime Minister of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, Abiy Ahmed, at the Constantine Palace. So this is who he supports. Obviously, see how that just works out? I didn't plan this. I'm like, okay, well, this guy, the voice of reason, is just breaking down. See, he has no idea what's going on in the scriptures. All right, he's just reporting on war, right? But what we do here at the WW3 Daily Update, we filter all of this news through the scriptures to find out what the hell is going on. And here we see who Russia, which faction fighting. If Ethiopia is in the middle, what used to be, he's saying what used to be Ethiopia is undergoing a civil war. Well, what side is Russia on? Because the scriptures tell you that Vlad is being a guard unto them. Unto who? Unto Ethiopia and many people, many other people, but specifically Ethiopia. Well, what faction? This guy goes into a bunch of factions. Well, these guys are fighting these guys. Well, what side is Russia on? Because the scriptures tell us. So then what do? We run a search, right? And we find this, that it is absolutely true. This is days ago. July. We're in August, what, 4th? This is a week or two, a week and a half. Okay? So this is, Vlad is on the side of Abiy Ahmed. Now we go back with understanding and we watch this. Listen to what he said. They're fighting. Who's fighting? Well, what side is Russia on? Who's going to win? Because Russia's going to win, right? Why? Because the Most High is on Russia's side right now.
Groups known as FANO, located in the
Salakia, let me take it back.
army forces, continue to rebel against the Abiy loyalist government, and now finally in the Amhara region.
So you can best believe that the United States is against Abiy. Okay? Just like in Syria, right? Just like in Syria, what's this guy's name? The president over there, I forget his name, but that's who Vlad is on his side. What's his name? Let's get it real quick. See, this is how you decipher what's going on. Syrian president, S-Y. What's it? Al-Assad, right? That's him. So, okay, so Al-Assad, Bashir al-Assad are they shaking hands? And they're shaking hands, right? That's in 2017. They've been homies for a minute. Images. Are they shaking hands? That's Assad right there. You see how this adds up? Anyway, now we understand what's being said. Anyway, go ahead.
Against the Abiy loyalist government, and now finally in the Amhara region, at once a bulwark of support for the Abiy Ahmed dictatorship, is now rebelling against that very man in charge.
Basically, what they're saying is, just like in Ukraine with Zelensky, the American government, NATO, and whoever is sending the rebels a bunch of weapons and logistics against Russia. It's a proxy war.
So the paramilitary groups known as FANO, located in the Amhara region that supported the Abiy loyalist forces in its efforts to go to war against the Tigray region. The Amharans, the Fano units have also been deployed against the Oromo Liberation Army. But now we're seeing a different dynamic. We are starting to see Abiy loyalist forces, Abiy Ahmed, sending his Oromia dominated forces into the Amhara region in order to engage and fight Amharans, specifically the Fano organization, the paramilitary group that is one of the main security apparatuses inside of the Amhara region, and again was used by the government of Abiy Ahmed. And now,
Okay, so what's going on there? This is what's going on there. Putin forgives. Niger's debt. Where does this take us? 7 days. Africa debt relief. Putin makes announcement at final day of summit. Putin promises grains. They're going to give them some food. Debt write-off as Russia seeks Africa allies. Putin says Russia is prepared to train Africa militaries. See what's going on 7 days ago. Putin vows to supply 6 African countries with free grain, food, logistics. Russia writes off $23 billion in African debts. Here we go. Why did Russia forgive $23 billion African debt? How is Pakistan luring investors from Arab world and more? Do you see what's going on here? This is World War III. People are drawing lines in the sand and getting their allies together. Okay. You think it's only food, or we're only giving you food and canceling debt, but we're not doing what the Americans or the Europeans are doing and giving you weapons? Come on. Right? If it's going on here, you think it's not going on in Ethiopia like the scriptures tell you? How do you be a guard unto them? Well, we can give you some food. You don't owe us any more money. And here's these weapons. All right? And we're going to send Wagner and Prigozhin. We're going to send Prigozhin down there. Right? Putin sends Wagner to be thou a guard. Africa. "6 days. Grain offer not enough. Putin signals to Africa that Wagner and Russia are still accessible." Huh? He's being a guard. What role does Russia's Wagner group play in Africa? We love Russia. Putin, Wagner get support from African residents. French flag burning night. Niger. Right? Prigozhin at Putin hosted Russia-African summit. Wagner boss. First photo since coup bid viral. Wagner chief Prigozhin spotted at Russia-Africa summit hosted by Putin in St. Petersburg. You see where this is going? Wagner revolt in Russia dims outlook for its operations in Africa. Not true. That's a while back. They're over that now. Okay, so you see where it's going? We're going to sit back and watch. We'll end it right here. You see what's going on? Anyway, we hope that the elect were edified. All right. Let's get one more. The gathering. Let's get the gathering. Here's what's going on. WW3 proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. All right. The nations. Prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Hey, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak, Ethiopia, Niger, getting their ass kicked by the French all the time. Let the weak say, I am strong. All right? We're watching the scriptures. We're watching the prophecies jump out of the Bible and present themselves to you in real time. With that, we hope the elect were edified. You brothers and sisters, with that, we can say shalom.